It's Oshkosh Live, powered by Redbird Flight. We are here in the Redbird booth. Things are heating up here. Temperatures are rising. Great conversations, great guests. Teresa, great to be with you, of course. Why don't we introduce the illustrious gentleman to your right?
Excellent.
Bring
Happy
him on
to.
board.
Great to be back. And yes, I'm delighted to introduce David Lowry of Centauri Aircraft. And David has brought his beautiful new airplane to Oshkosh for the first time in 15 years. And he's got a wonderful story to tell. You're going to really enjoy meeting him, hearing the story. And so, David, welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank you for hosting.
Yes, you're welcome. We're delighted to have you. And when David reached out to us a few weeks ago to talk about the fact he was bringing the airplane, and it's called the Valkyrie, and I'm like, I know, that Valkyrie. I remember the Valkyrie. I know all about it because in 2016, the Valkyrie was a featured item in the Neiman Marcus Christmas catalog. And I remember the picture because it was so stunning. It was like this rose gold airplane shot on a high-key white background. And so I said, was that the Valkyrie we're talking about? And it was, right?
It was, yeah. We even had a male model, like this guy's with this airline pilot outfit, and who was there just waving at people and showing just a sign. There was no airplane, right? And somebody spraying some ginger scent for the Christmas feel.
Right.
So I have to ask, I'm going to guess you probably got some interesting inquiries and requests from that.
We've had a few, and actually Neiman Marcus had this hotline where they would offer that as a service during the Christmas book unveiling, where they would answer to any crazy requests from very wealthy people, and we've had a few.
Fantastic. Well, a few years have passed since
10
then.
years almost,
yes,
yeah.
yes. And so while that was earlier in the development, you're at a point now. Why don't you tell us where you're at with the airplane now?
Almost there. We're at, I believe, at an MVP level, minimum viable product,
Yes.
which is a flying airplane with a very good envelope that's consistent over the airframes. A lot of debugging has been ongoing. We've been flying weekly for 2 years now, and we have a good product, I believe. And seeing the response that we get from visitors on the booth so far is attracting a lot of attention.
Well, that's wonderful. Yeah, we're at day 2 of Oshkosh, so you had all of yesterday to have, and a little bit of this morning already, to get some good feedback from the people that are looking at it.
Totally, a lot of leads, a lot of interested people from all over the U.S., even overseas in Europe. So
yeah,
that's great.
Well, I think you're a wonderful writer, I can say. A picture, if you will, this amazing rose gold aircraft. But we do have some footage of this amazing thing, so I want to go ahead and throw to the B-roll so everybody watching us here live and here on the program can check out the Valkyrie as well. So tell us what we're looking at here, David.
So that's a 3-view drawing with a few basic parameters and some in-flight footage that we shot, I believe, about not even a year ago over the Santa Cruz Bay, because we're based in Hayward in the San Francisco Bay Area. So we have wonderful background, just mountains, clouds, ocean views. So that's great. You can see here a descent in Hollister where we've been doing our flight tests. And yeah, that's one of our airplanes that's flying. Right.
How many airplanes do you have flying right now?
We have 3 of them, and we've built 9 planes so far, and we're poised to get the ones that are in production, because we have, obviously, production is like an engine. You don't stop it. Unless you have to, but it runs smoothly when it runs continuously, right? Constant improvements, tweaks all over the place, and we want to bring our early adopters on board with that fabulous machine. We're very proud, and I think it's already a great accomplishment. The finishing is awesome. The tweaking has been ongoing, and it's great.
Yeah, fantastic. So somebody doesn't just wake up someday and say, I think I'm going to design an airplane, and 15 years later go to Oshkosh. What was your journey like to be able to be an aircraft designer and now manufacturer?
So first of all, it's my training. I've been by trade. I'm a Georgia Tech graduate and with a Master's of Science in Aerospace Engineering, and I did that in France. I'm originally French.
Yes.
I'm American now, but I'm Franco-American. I kept the French citizenship citizenship, but
And the accent, which we love, so that's good. Yeah.
doing my best, and yeah, so I was unconscious enough and young enough to believe that I could do this in a year or two, and 15 years after, I'm here. So.
And did I understand that this journey began with a choice of either wanting to pursue being an astronaut or being a rock star? Is that true?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I told you offline yesterday. So totally. My dad told me just try to be an astronaut. Might not work, but you're gonna end up better.
Yeah.
Very good. I understand you were mentioning that you were some of that footage we were looking at was near the Bay Area. I know you all moved there around 2017. Certainly a hotbed of innovation and discovery happening there. Is that what your choice was derived from, or were you trying to tap into the energy happening in that particular part of the country?
It's the pinnacle of American dream. The mindset, the immigration, a lot of immigration, very qualified immigration. It's just very inspiring to see all the successes of entrepreneurs in all walks of life and all industries, including aviation now. When we started in the Bay Area, we were like, people would tell us, go to Seattle, Long Beach, or somewhere else, but Bay Area is computers. But we see now, seeing all those fabulous startups that are around us that, I think we set a precedent. Actually, when we landed in the Bay Area, we landed in Vacaville, where I remember a discussion with the airport manager who told us once we moved. So we moved in between 2 years, 4 years actually for the company in Quebec, and then we came back. And that airport manager told me, I won't let that happen again, that you guys just go and we don't retain you. And I think 2 years after, there was Icon that just arrived there, and he kept them, in Knott Tree Airport in Vacaville.
Yeah, I'm familiar with Knott Tree Airport in Vacaville, actually, yeah. So are you doing your manufacturing in the United States then, too?
Totally, in Hayward. So we have a few parts that are sourced in Europe still that we haven't been able to source in the U.S. efficiently at an affordable price, top-notch quality, on spec. And so we have the dampers, the canopy. Canopy is made in Germany. The dampers are made in France. Upholstery, obviously, is Italian. Couldn't be anywhere else.
Of course.
Yeah.
They know how to do interiors.
Yes, they know.
Yeah.
And but other than that, composites, final bonding, final assembly, all that is done in Hayward.
So for the people who are coming by your display and seeing the aircraft, tell us what word cloud is happening there. What are you hearing from the people walking by, having reactions to it?
A lot of you will see by yourself when you come on the booth. It's a lot of compliments of all sorts, and then we home in onto the questions about everything. The cargo area, the way it stalls, the way you approach a runway, you landed, that you take off, and the flight controls. We have so many things to say that we refined over the years. It's like an iceberg where what you see is, okay, it's the good looks and the shape and the lofting, but that was honestly a long time ago. Now the biggest part of the iceberg is all the details, and that requires a lot of tweaking, a lot of flying, a lot of building too. At some point your prototype is so much patched and changed, and that you have to just basically scrape it and make a new one, because you want to end up with industrial processes that are safe, well organized, you have your warehouse that has the parts on time, because as you know, you miss one part and your airplane's grounded. So all these things are important, and now we have stock in many sub-assemblies, so we are ready to be on the market, because we can propose a lead time that makes sense and not in years.
Right. So what are your goals here at Oshkosh?
To meet our early adopters, that are people who are well enough to purchase the plane, to afford the plane, which is priced at $585,000 without the engine. So I think it's pretty aggressive. It's half the price of a brand new Cirrus. And who understand what we're doing, where we're going, and who want to be on board on that industrial adventure. So it's a little bit of a different profile than a buyer of a brand new Cirrus, let's say. You could be a lawyer, you could be a VC, you can be a doctor with absolutely no knowledge other than a PPL. of airplanes. Here we're targeting more experimental builders, canard owners, obviously, former fighter pilots or airline pilots, or people who have the more experience they have on top of the money, the better. Because obviously we have skilled a skilled market around us. That's the best way to enter the market, I feel.
David, I'm sorry.
No,
go
right
ahead.
ahead.
I was
Go
about to say, David, it probably didn't come. It probably didn't result the way you thought it would. But with Centauri, you might have done the right mix of rock star and astronaut. Like this, right? I mean, you get a little bit of both, right? A little bit of ingredients of both of those sides.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
You're talking about the haircut?
Yeah. Wait, don't bring up hair. How dare you, sir? I've had to stare at him for 10 minutes with that glorious locks on his head. How rude. But anyway, David Lowry, thank you so much for being with us on Oshkosh Live. Congratulations on all your continued success with Centauri. Teresa, take it away.
Yeah, thank you so much. It was a pleasure to meet you. Good luck, and thank you all for watching our Oshkosh Live, powered by Redbird.